So the first half of our program is going to be about the Native American side of my heritage. I'm Southern Paiute on my mother's side, from the southern Utah area of near St. George. And there's 5 bands of, is that for me? There's 5 bands of Southern Paiutes in southern Utah. And my mother and grandmother were born there and raised as Shipwood Paiutes in that area of the country. So the second half of the program is going to be my father's side of the heritage, of the Scottish side of Clan Kennedy, that goes back to the County Ayr. And this is the sash of the Clan Kennedy that I'm wearing on my right hip, and this is the sash of the Métis Indian people, which is the word for mixed bloods. So I honor my mixed blood heritage. I know there's many mixed blood people here tonight. Maybe you don't want to admit that. I'm going to do a song for you later on, though. It's going to help you feel better about being a mixed blood. But right now, we're going to go back to more Animal Totems music. We just did the bear totem. And the bear is one of my favorite animals. You know, they go into, this time of the year, they go into their den to rejuvenate, to rest. You know, maybe the mother has 2 or 3 cubs at this time of the year. And then in the spring, she brings them out and introduces them to the world. So if the bear is your totem, maybe you're going to have a couple of ideas this time of year because you're kind of slowing down. You're not doing as much as you do the rest of the year. So you come up with a couple of ideas. And in the spring, then you bring them out and you introduce them to the world. But remember, the cubs will stay with the mother for about 2 years. So don't be surprised if it takes a couple of years for your ideas to catch on. Okay, and this, of course, is my fiddle named Pungu, or Pungu as the Paiutes would say. That is a Paiute word meaning pony. And I painted this fiddle to look like a pony. It's a real cheap fiddle. I got it off the internet. I went to Walmart and got some spray paint. Went to work. I was just an experiment at the time, but Pungu and I have traveled many miles together. He's got the coup stripes on his 4 stubby legs. He's got the handprints here, the horse hooves for horse rage, the lightning on his shoulder, and his eye is circled for red for clarity of vision. And in his horsehair here, he does have the ermine tail for decoration and the eagle feather, which is symbolic of the eagle feather that the Indian ponies wore in their hair. And that was because when they got the pony, when they got the horse, the North American Indians soon realized that this horse was as much a warrior in battle as they were. And so they would paint it like they painted themselves, so they matched. And they gave it the eagle feather to honor it as a warrior, because a warrior is given an eagle feather for bravery, for outstanding events that they perform to help, to protect and serve other people. So, we're going to tell you the story about Tashonkawakhan. The Plains Indians had been receiving dreams and prophecies about an animal coming that they would be able to ride. It started back in 1540 with the conquistador Coronado, who brought the horse, along with a huge entourage of 200 horsemen of nobility, 70-foot soldiers, at least 1,000 Aztecs that were herding goats, sheep, cattle, and his ponies, his horses. They eventually made their way up into what is, found the Zuni Pueblos. But the Zunis had no gold, and see, this was his mission, to find the 7 cities of gold. So he stole everything else, just to be sure, and then went east. But he was stopped in the Midwest by the buffalo. And his horse was spooked, and he was thrown from his horse and injured, and returned to Mexico. But he left his horses behind, his ponies. The first to get them were the Apache, then the Ute, the Comanche, Kiowas, and then the Upper Plains Indians later on. But this meant that they could hunt farther, kill more buffalo, build more lodges, and they grew stronger as nations. They had no word for this animal. They called it Tashonka, which means big dog. But they would honor it in ceremony, like I said, give it the eagle feather and call it Tashonkawakhan, which means the holy dog. So pretend we're riding together across the prairies of tall grass. You feel the wind in your face and the power beneath you, because this is the medicine of the horse, the holy dog, Tashonkawakhan. The horse represents power, freedom, and independence. If you love the horse like I do, his message is to find your personal power or reclaim it and break old habits that no longer serve us so that we can learn to walk in a new way. That is the medicine of the horse. The holy dog, Tashonka, Bodhran. I love the horse because